you go. That's in there. Does that work? No. We're almost. There we go. What's the group chat today is, what is your favorite business based on customer service? Outside of real estate, right, Samantha? Or, so, we used to ask the question, what is the time that you experience like a high level of customer service? What's your favorite? I guess the question is, what's your favorite customer service business?
Gucci.
Gucci?
Gucci.
Oh, Gucci. You like that experience?
I like that experience. I like to be immediately treated to something to drink. My booty kissed. The new selection of items to be described. Yeah.
Customer service experience.
Yeah. Gucci.
Ritz-Carlton, they wrote a book.
They wrote a book about it.
I don't remember the name of it.
What was the name of it? Yeah.
But it was the whole like customer experience with the Ritz-Carlton.
With Ritz-Carlton. Yeah, there was another book that I actually saw him talk. Unreasonable customer service or something.
Yeah, and that book references the one I'm talking about that I can't remember.
It's not what it used to be, though. And for a lot of businesses, it's not what it used to be. Chanel sucks.
Well, then the question becomes: is how does that change as a business practice? How does that impact the buy?
I know one. It's healthcare, which is a business.
Absolutely.
But if y'all saw my post, I did my mammogram, yearly mammogram, get your mammogram. And it was a beautiful experience. They have really elevated that experience.
Wonderful.
Beautiful experience. No, it was great.
Women in my life, mammograms were not so pleasant.
Cedars has a bunch of different, so it's one of the Cedars ones, but you walk in, it's gentle, it's beautiful, you get a pink gown, it's private.
Nice.
The people are the service technicians, radiologists are very gentle and kind and all of that. And it was, I went in, always, and as I was going through it, I'm like, this is really quite lovely. Can't wait till next year.
That's the
You have to think that at some point or another, there was some kind of conversation about, how can we get more women to take mammograms?
Right.
And if it's such an unpleasant experience every time they go, then they're not less apt to show up for it. Right. And
very true.
No, that makes sense.
Good point, Tracy.
Hey,
Yes, the pink robe.
Is that a keeper?
Disney. I actually
Disney.
participated in a Disney customer service training at one of my old jobs.
Do they offer Disney customer service training for people outside of Disney?
Yeah, I was
Oh, wow.
I love that. And
it was great. I mean, I have.
They're all in on it.
All that stuff. So I think they have I think their customer service is great, but it also adapts with the time. And so I think that's what's made them continue to kind of grow their business, because they just adjust.
Well, you have to evolve, right? Because, but then you get left behind, right? And it takes on a patina, and you lose connection with the contemporary client. Right?
Because like the way what I expect when I walk into like a store or a restaurant, something is very different than what my mom expects. So I noticed that like some things that like I would prefer, like I used to work at Swatch in Times Square. They wanted me to like, as soon as someone walked in, like go say hi and talk to them, and like typically people who belong to older generations would be much more inclined to talk back to me.
Sure.
We don't
And please don't follow me around.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's
Max Field used to be great. Do you remember Max Field?
Oh, Max Field.
They were great when I could afford to shop there, but that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
Max Field is like walking into the night, like the fanciest nightclub of clothing that you'll experience. Yeah. And they, well, and I worked at Ralph Lauren for years too, and they taught me a lot about customer service, about lifestyle, and about keeping a book, right? about keeping the book of a client book, right? And the opportunity in that. How do you get paid from that, right?
You were a good essay.
What's that?
I said, I bet you were a good essay.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You know, I'm better with field them as they come.
Yeah.
My follow up, I'm still working on it. Right?
Me too.
Okay, let's move forward. For today, we have
It's
some.
called Excellence Wins. That's the book for the
That's the
Ritz-Carlton.
Ritz-Carlton one.
Yeah.
And the other one's like unreasonable customer service. Or
Expectations or
something.
something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. We have, all right, let's get in. You got Monique Caulfield, 20 years.
Wow.
Michelle Mena, 18 years.
Yeah.
Josephine McReynolds,
Woo, Josephine!
17. Aviv, 17 years.
Wow, really?
That's got to be more, because Aviv was in the. Aviv was the front desk person at the Hollywood Hills office when I first met him. Yeah. John Davison, 18 years. Stacy Lumbreezer, 15 years. James Presley, 14 years. I remember that. Tiffany, I remember the first time I talked to her 12 years ago. She always says 13. I've known you for 13. I guess there was that recruiting process, took about 4 or 5 months. Mark Zecca.
I'm sorry, I just want to take a picture for Stacy and send that to her.
Yes.
She'll love it.
Mark Zecca, 12. Dae-Young Her, 10 years. And Daria Hall, 8 years.
Awesome.
Happy anniversary, you guys.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
anniversaries.
Oh, more,
They keep
wow.
on coming. I got to take my glasses off now.
20 years.
Pam McMurray, 7. Pam McMurray and Sylvia and Martin Chavez, all 7 years. I just saw their 2 little babies yesterday. Also, Moon Kim, 6 years. Jung Lee, 5 years. Gwen Williams, Winnie Williams, 4 years. And Katrina Waltz, 3 years. And Brenda Thompson, 3 years. And there's some stuff down there that I cannot see.
That's awesome.
All right. The point being,
Oh, you have to stop sharing. Oh, there you go.
here we go. What do we have? Andrew Keller, 2 years? No, that's got to be more.
Is it 2 years here?
Nicholas Padua, 2 years, and Laura Harrison, 2 years. Congratulations, you guys. I think
Survivors.
Yay.
Yeah.
And that is to be commended and acknowledged for sure.
If that
Is that me? Oh, no, usually if I just click on that.
Just made it beautiful.
Oh, that's good too. Come on. There you go. Let's see upcoming classes. Morning show. Who has something else to say about the morning show other than me? Come on, somebody throw in. Who's been on the morning show?
I look forward to it every morning.
There you go, Terry.
Yeah, thanks, Terry.
Why do you look forward to it?
Well, it's a chance for me to get together and chat with the few that's on here. It's like, what, it's 10 of us, 12 of us?
Yeah.
It's always good to experience.
That's why only
People to share their
the more
experiences.
people aren't on it, because it really is it really is, it's uplifting, it's motivating, it makes me smile every time I'm on there, even if we're talking about something challenging.
And you're always welcome. Just because
Everyone
you
is
haven't been there
welcome.
before or haven't been there every day before, come on back.
Once a week,
Every day is different.
once a month.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, nobody's judging, nobody's
No.
counting, it's there for you. Get on it.
Today we talked about
What'd you talk about?
We talked about creativity and the importance of creativity, because the first part of our morning meetings are about kind of like uplifting ourselves, and starting with gratitude. We read from a book, Journey to the Heart, and then we talk about that topic. And today was about creativity and how it's important to tap into your creativity and to recognize it in order to feel yourself fulfilled and to appreciate what's around you. And a lot of times I know I used to think, oh, I'm not a creative person. I said this in the morning meeting. I don't know how to do this or that. I don't know how to draw or paint or whatever. But it's more than that. You know, it's not what creativity is. It could be anything. Yeah, it's a, you know, it's writing that note to someone and expressing thanks. It's, you know, picking some flowers. It could be anything. for me, sometimes it's social media, creating a social media post, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Let me, it's all of that. So I think we tap into it and we recognize it, we sit with it, feel good about it, and then move on.
Yeah, two big misnomers about creativity is one is that it's not a box of being able to draw or write or that, right? It's about, and the second, it's about the ability to express your feelings through any, or your experience through any medium, right? And the second is, it's a developable skill. Yes, some people come with, built-in, abilities, right? But you can also develop, like every other skill, you can develop your creativity and you can nurture it and grow it like any other skill, right? All right, KW Tech this week, nurture your database with designs, consumer mobile app, which I think is amazing. What can Scott Leroy Marketing is that right? Do for you? New website customization, new paid ads 101. Excellent. Get in there, learn it. After the lunch and learn today, Samantha and I are doing our meeting. What time's the lunch and learn start? And then
12:30.
it starts at 12:30.
12:30, yeah.
So we're going to do it after lunch and learn? We're going to do it at 1:30?
Yeah, around.
Excellent. And the lunch and learn is?
That'll be a slide.
All right. Oh, bro. Sorry. For caravan. Guys, it's so important to get out there and see the inventory. Part of our job is understanding the product. How do you understand the product without experiencing it, right? And if you're just experiencing it through your client's needs, then you have a very shallow understanding of the product. So get out there, look at the product. People are, agents are anxious to share, right? It's an interesting time to be an agent out there, and you get to build these relationships because you have a client for it. Yeah.
Can I say something really quick about not so much caravan, but just seeing properties? This weekend, I showed my clients a property, and the agent was from this office who I hadn't met yet. So it was like really cool to meet a newer agent. His name was Vinny. It was the Murfield property, and it was just so great. By the way, his place is great. The back house is like a full house. So check it out if you're looking for something like that. But anyway, I just wanted to give that kind of a shout out because it was really nice to walk in and see the sign that said Larchmont outside, and then turn to my clients and be like, oh, it's one of my people, but I haven't met him yet because he's new. And it was just, it helps build, like, it builds trust. And it also, your clients are like, oh, so other agents, because that's so much of the business is meeting these other agents and getting good relationships with them because they work with you. So they're your coworkers. So do the deal.
Like with people, there's a financial win in it for your clients. In a multiple offer situation, that agent's understanding of you and your abilities and their comfort with you and their trust in you has a financial piece for your client. It could be a financial win. Is it worth $5,000 if it's between you and them? Or is it worth $10,000? I don't know.
Absolutely. I've had my clients' offers accepted that weren't the highest simply because the agent knew me, has worked with me before. I mean, it's not the coolest way, maybe, but I know for a fact that happens. I mean, it's cool for me, not cool for all the others, but it's,
Put the work in to establish the relationship. So don't minimize that. I think there's value to that. Yes, it cannot be seen on the surface by the 19 people who didn't get the property and 20 offer situation, but that's what it takes, is that extra, is that their belief that you can get your client to the finish line is important. Chuck, where are you? Here you go.
Yeah, we get so many escrows because of our relationships with agents.
Yep.
And that's why we make sure every week we go out to see and remind people that they exist and all that good stuff. But because we all know on the listing side, it's not the highest highest offer, it's the highest offer that's actually closed.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you've got an agent who's, less than professional and doesn't know how to communicate with their buyer and is convoluted, all of that stuff, or you have an agent maybe with a client that has a slightly lower offer, but they're on it, they're like Tracy, they know what they're doing, they know how to communicate with their client and how to get through the inevitable things that are going to be blindsiding throughout the escrow process. That's worth weight in gold.
Yeah.
We'll take that, we'll take that buyer's agent over another anytime.
All day.
Mhm.
Well, we'll encourage our sellers.
Yeah.
We'll encourage our sellers to consider that.
Agreed. Brokers Caravan and Flow Coaching, Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. Get on there. There's always a nugget to be taken away. Book Club, Cordero or Haya.
So we decided we're gonna meet next Tuesday.
Okay,
So again, it's open to anybody that still wants to join.
start reading the book.
We're gonna be up to chapter 5.
Chapter 5, and that is Tuesday at
Tuesday.
what time?
Right after the Brokers Caravan at 2:30.
2:30. Okay,
Yes.
great. Tuesday at 2:30. Excellent. Also, value squared, how to articulate your value to your clients. That's Wednesday. They're Wednesday and Thursday, I guess. Wednesday the 10th and Thursday the 25th, 10 a.m. But guys, it does top out on the amount of people that can join. So get in there and reserve it for yourself. Okay. What's that?
I just think it's weird when things top out on Zoom, I didn't know that, I don't know.
Well,
I get it.
Here's a band with,
I don't know
so much information
technology.
that can be put out.
I just know how to do it.
But Samantha, we're going to register for the office and show it in the office for those 2 days, right?
Sure, on Thursday, the 25th?
The 10th and the 25th.
Well, the 10th is a Wednesday, that's during our meeting.
Oh, it's right during, it's during our meeting. All right, it's next Wednesday during the meeting. All right, so yeah, the 25th, we'll have it in here also, right? Right. But do it, watch it a couple times. State of insurance, okay, this is Alex and Kathy Korhulis, is that right, Chuck? These are your peeps?
Yes.
The Korhulis?
Yeah, we met with them about a month ago and fell in love with the comprehensive aspect of their services on both commercial, business, and residential, and just the level of service they were providing us was exceptional.
They're brokers?
Yeah.
Yeah, and insurance is
Not a joke.
more of a point than it used to be, right? We used to take it for granted.
They do a lot of work in the valley, the West Valley, and
Sure.
fire-prone areas. They're very good in flood areas.
Flood,
And
fire.
if you need someone also for business
Earthquake.
insurance, as we all probably do.
Yep.
They were exceptional.
Excellent.
Guys, this is really important. Like, insurance will kill your deal.
Yeah.
You're not on it.
Make sure you take care of it during the investigation period. And companies that used to write policies are not writing them anymore. State Farm in particular, and other companies like AAA want to come in and do their own inspection. Make sure everything's copper and wired, new wiring, and most houses, new roof, and most houses don't have that. So yeah, we have a broker we got through Andy too, so I'm sure they're great. But there are resources and you want to get on top of that.
And the need for insurance is more important than ever, and the resources are getting smaller.
Yeah,
by the day.
much smaller.
So finding somebody who trusts and who can deliver is so important.
And kindly and gently, when you're on the listing side, you're gonna wanna keep on top of the buyer's agent too, and just nudge them a little and say, hey, you got everything sorted out with your insurance. I had an escrow delayed a week and it was a
They waited till
totally
the last
wonderful and experienced agent, and they just didn't get it bound, and it took an extra week.
We actually are reaching out to insurance agents on the listing side, especially in difficult find insurance insurance areas to see if we can find insurance agents who will provide insurance.
Yeah, I've been doing that
So
too.
we're actually providing that.
As a listing agent, you are doing due diligence. on
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Not a bad
If
idea.
somebody will do insurance for this amount.
Yep.
I do the same thing. When you're getting your disclosures from your sellers, you're getting your 9A ordered, reach out to an insurance broker and make sure the property's insurable so that if the buyer's agent hits a wall, you've got a resource for them.
What do you say, Rachel?
One other just word of advice, when you're on the buyer side and you're doing your due diligence and calling the listing agents and saying, you know, what's wrong with the property? Have the sellers ever filed any insurance claims? Because that held us up big time on one of our properties because the seller had filed a claim and all the insurance companies were like, we're not touching it. And it was over something so stupid. So before you even write the offer,
Just
their
curious.
water heater, which is outside, leaked, but a little bit got inside, and because the flooring that they have was so unique looking, the insurance company was willing to like rip up all the floors and put all new floors in.
Right.
But so then they saw it that there was all new floors, and it must have been some major leak, and it wasn't.
Right,
But
it's just a
companies
little-
wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
So find out before you go into escrow if there's ever been any claims on the property.
It's insurable. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's what we're gonna learn from Alex and Kathy Karoulis. Excellent. When is that? That's today at 12:30. All right, lunch and learn. Takeaways yesterday. Okay, future-proof your business. Future-proof your business. There you go. We had our wonderful Christina Kim was there, and she added to the conversation, as well as John Valentine. What did you guys who went yesterday? What did you take away? Anybody? Charlotte?
There was a lot to take away. A lot of it we already knew, but there was something that I personally found new is a lot of people and a lot of stuff you're reading out there says, oh, it's a proposed settlement. It's not going to, we don't know if it's going to be approved. We're hearing this over and over and over again, wherever we look. What they said was the rules of the settlement, the buyer broker agreement, the MLS rules are going to go into effect in July regardless of the approval. That was something that I was not aware of. And we need to, it doesn't matter if it gets approved, we're still going to have to abide by those rules.
CAR has already approved, making the buyer broker agreement mandatory for all transactions.
Do they have a start date on that?
Middle of July.
So it's aligned with CAR.
Yeah. Now, they have to work out the details of that. What forms, what's the process look like? How does it interact with this situation, with that situation? There's going to be a lot of, adjusting and honing, right? But regardless of the approval or disapproval of the settlement, CAR is moving forward with mandatory buyer broker agreements.
I also thought that the difference between how some agents are dealing with that versus others based on their clientele was also interesting. Like somebody who maybe deals with, lower, just their business is more lower priced properties. They're getting exclusive agreements. I'm not going to work with you unless you sign it. But then Jeff Yarborough, who works in a lot of higher end properties, is like, I'll take you out to see this one, and then we'll do 30 days. And he sort of, we'll call it titrates up with the relationship. Because sometimes there are people, when you're dealing with older people who have bought and sold properties before, they're not used to this. It might be a harder sell to them. Doesn't mean you shouldn't necessarily work with them. Or higher value people, their business managers saying, oh, you don't have to deal with that. I personally think this is going to be great in July. I'm thrilled that everybody is going to have this in place. It's going to make the conversation so much easier.
We're just talking about you, Christina. She had to pop out real quick. That's okay. And we were just talking about you and how you.
This thing.
Just talking about you about yesterday. Congratulations. Excellent. I think what Jeff said is he'll give them a short one, like a 30-day
Yeah.
buyer broker relationship.
Yeah. It's just it's about making, you're developing a relationship. So you have to determine how valuable that relationship is to you and find a way to make that client comfortable with the process.
Yep.
And it was just interesting how different people approached it different ways. Some people were like, well, I'm just not going to work with that person if they're not going to sign it. And other people were like, well, we'll work with them on a more limited basis, and this is why.
Let's try it for a week, let's try it for a month.
Yeah.
But we need to codify the relationship for the time period that we are in relationship with. Samantha?
So my two takeaways from yesterday, I thought it was amazing, and the speakers were unbelievable, like learning from the best. That was really cool. So one that I loved regarding like the buyer broker agreement is without a contract, you're basically unemployed. So you don't really have a buyer unless you have a contract. So I thought that was one cool thing. And then the other one was in the context of transparency, which is what this lawsuit was about. One agent even goes so far as to show the breakdown of what happens with the commission. Because
The dollar bill.
I
really like that. I really like
break it
that.
down to the split with your office.
Yep.
The split with the, legal fees, insurance, Lake County tax, what your income tax bracket is, like full transparency. So I'm not making X, I'm making Y after all this. I mean, I just thought that was kind of cool, and not everyone will do that, but I just thought that really is full transparency. And it also is an education in, people see these giant numbers, but that's not necessarily what that one agent is taking home. Right. So I thought those are really cool.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we are all combating television.
Yes.
Television is not real. Just a little revelation. Yes, many of the agents that we see on TV, we do encounter and we do work with, but those dramas that they create are fake. And the commissions that they often post on are the full commission too. It's not their share, it's not their split. So you got to educate people.
Doesn't take into account expenses, and it most certainly doesn't take into account the number of hours you work with a client. And if you divide that, what your actual hourly rate is.
Don't do that.
Not to mention those clients where it doesn't actually ever culminate in a transaction. So all of those hours.
I was talking to somebody and they said, an agent that I work with got double commission. And I said, no, she got the full percentage. And she said, what do you mean, no, she got double commission? And I said, no, it's 1% to the right of it.
Yeah.
No,
She's
break
like,
it
I
down.
didn't know that. And I said, thank you so much.
So,
And I said, well, just so that you know, it's 1%.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
The other thing was about professionalism,
Yeah, John.
about being a professional and presenting yourself as a professional. And I'm not talking about the way you dress. You guys know me, this is not normally how I dress. But whatever, I don't hung up on that, but just asking the right questions and knowing, when you say you're gonna do something with another agent, do it. When you say you're gonna do something with your client, do it. Don't, be a professional. This is a job, not a hobby.
Well, I know we're beating this to death, but I like what Sam pointed out about Samantha, about the employment contract, because that's what it is. So who works for someone without some type of agreement? It doesn't make sense. That buyer representation agreement is an employment contract. So it's spelling out what you're doing for them and what you're getting in return.
Yep.
And like I've been saying to my clients for years, there are three main contracts: the listing agreement, the purchase agreement, and the buyer broker agreement. And everything else is attachments to that. So if you explain it, that in real estate, there are three contracts. You're either the buyer, you're either represented with the buyer broker agreement, the listing agreement, and then all together you're together in the purchase agreement. And that makes sense to people. So when
But don't feel bad if you haven't been using it. 11% of agents use it. And Frank Bruno got up there and they said, he's telling this story about a situation, and I think Renee or somebody said, do you have a buyer broker agreement with that client? And he went, oh, well, this is my 9th transaction with him. He actually said that. So it's like, everybody like, if you haven't been doing it, don't like kill yourself over it. Just get in the practice and move forward.
I know we have more resources coming to us.
Practice starting today, because going forward, this office, it's mandatory to have a buyer-broker agreement signed with any buyer side representation for your closing package, okay? In July, it'll be another, they'll one-up it, and we'll have to have it before we work with anybody, all of that.
Rich said Wednesday in his thing that he wants it before showings. Even if it's only for that one property,
That's
he
great.
did say that on the Wednesday call.
That's great, and I say go for it. My goal is to, at a minimum, get that document in your hand, you reading it, and you starting to use it in a conversational way with your clients. And
Learn it and know it's gonna change.
It's all good.
Absolutely. Well, we know certain tenets of how it's going to change. It's going to read a little differently, or add some things added or subtracted, but the basic understanding is not going to change. So if you're going to wait for the change to start becoming familiar with the document, your runway to getting used to it is going to be very, very short.
And a safety committee comment on this. When you have someone, when you have someone sign with you and do these extra steps, you're weeding out creepy people. All right? Like, for real, you are. These are more serious people. These are more serious buyers. You could even say, if you meet them, face to face somewhere, I'm writing you might ask for their ID, their driver's license.
Yep.
So, and you can say, because I want to make sure everything matches up on the form. One more layer of protection for you.
You don't have to go as far as Tracy with the
No, you don't.
with the wand.
Full body scan of everyone that comes
All right,
here.
Samantha, what do we have as resources? Oh, you were here, and Samantha put together a bunch of resources. The more information you have from trusted sources, not from TikTok or Instagram, but trusted sources.
So this is free to CAR members, and we understand that not everybody is a member yet of the board and CAR, but this is the buyer representation forms. They break them down. It's a free class about the specific forms that have to do with buyer representation. So that's one of them. And this KW Maps Fast Track, I asked Joey this morning if he had to be a
Maps coaching
Maps
client.
that's where, and it let me register without being a client. So this says start operating your buyer business as a professional instead of a pleaser. KW Maps coaches will coach
Jerry.
you. We'll coach you on the top ways to demonstrate your value and get the buyer agency agreement signed every time. So that could be a great class. That's tomorrow.
As well as L squared, or value squared, I think is.
Correct, value squared.
this is
We're just
part-
sharing
part
all the
of it.
different
Yep,
resources.
absolutely.
And then there's one more that we found, that, thank you, Troy. Troy has shared this with me. It's how to earn your accredited buyer's rep designation. So the only caveat that I saw on this is that you must have completed 5 transactions as the buyer's rep for this one, but there's no cost for the courses.
I thought that the president of GLAR said yesterday that CAR has a free.
NAR.
No, oh, no, it's the NAR has the
So this
free,
is
so it's this one, the ABR designation, okay, accreditation, okay. This is the program, okay, excellent. Thank you, Samantha, per usual. All right, what's happening in core services? Andy, are you with us today?
She's not with us today.
Oh, how are you?
But it says in person next week.
Lunch and learn on Thursday, okay. Duncan, how you doing, Duncan?
I'm great. How are you?
Just peachy keen.
So, don't have much for you guys today. Just want to, as usual, thank you for your support. One thing I wanted to remind you all is, outside of door hangers, I do have other tools for you guys to share. For instance, Rob had texted me yesterday and said, hey, do you have any like collateral that I can leave out at an open house about home warranty? And I said, sure. Not only do I have that, but I have flyer stands, so I'll drop that off at the office. But just remember, I'm a resource for you guys. I have a nice PDF on sellers coverage that could be out in an open house that might be useful for potential neighbors coming in to talk about how you differentiate yourself in a listing appointment and how you offer this to the seller if they were to choose you as a realtor. So, seller's coverage is a very nominal cost. I highly recommend utilizing it if you're taking a listing and it's not going to sit forever. And always happy to help script on that. But at the end of the day, that's a great tool for you guys to differentiate yourself and say, I'm going to provide this to you for extra peace of mind. So just remember that I have, anything from sign writers to door hangers to flyers, flyer stands, things that I could help, you guys at your open houses with. So always here for that. And, just want to say I've seen an uptick overall in home warranties in the last few weeks. I definitely feel like it's busier out there. There is a lot of momentum, a lot of things happening. So just don't get discouraged. I know it's still a frustrating market, but I'm definitely seeing from all my offices an uptick in activity and a lot more people asking questions and things happening. So it's always good to see that. So that's all I got today.
Thanks, Duncan. Haley, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Today I wanted to do a little quick tutorial on how to do a property search and what reports are available to you guys in Title Toolbox. And I actually have it pulled up on my screen if I'm able to do a share screen with you guys.
Sure. Is Haley able to share her screen?
Ryan to the rest.
For anybody who doesn't know, this is Brian Murray, MCA. He does have legs. You just see his head popping out from the computer every once in a while. All right, Haley, go for it.
Okay.
Good, Haley.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So this is the home screen of Title Toolbox. And to do a property search, you're going to go up to the top left-hand side and click on the property search tab. And you guys can do a property search 3 different ways. One is by the address, and you're either looking up the site address or the mailing address. You guys can look it up by the owner or company name or the APN number. And if you were going to do it by address, you would click in this little box and start typing in your property address and then go down to the bottom and click search. And from here, it's going to pop up with a map view on the left-hand side of your property. And then over on the right, you're going to see all the basic property information like the address, when it was last sold, for how much, current owner's name, some basic property characteristics, and then whether or not that property is owner occupied or non-owner occupied. And if you scroll back over here, you'll see this little gear icon throughout Title Toolbox. And this is how you pull reports on a single property address. And the first one I want to talk about is the property profile with comps. And it'll look something like this when you generate it. It'll have the property information, owner's name, and then your information at the bottom of this page. And the rest of the property profile will just have all the property information, owner information, as well as the chain of title and your comparables included in here. And this is also hyperlinked, so you guys can click on these blue underlined links to view any grant deed documents or mortgage documents associated with this property. And the next report I want to talk about is the net sheet. And you guys are able to generate a seller or a buyer's net sheet, and all of the numbers and figures here are adjustable. So it'll automatically input a suggested sales price based on the comps. It'll have any loans open on the property. It'll have the full loan amount included here. And then you guys can adjust the closing and brokerage fees down here at the bottom. And once you guys generate that PDF, it'll look something like this. So this is a nice thing to bring to a or a seller's consultation or to your buyers. And then the last report I want to show you guys is something called a lead sheet. And if you go back over here and click other reports and click lead sheet, it's going to open up this PDF. And this is going to show you guys life events that have occurred within a 2.5-mile radius around your subject property within the last 180 days. So as you can see up on the screen, it has everything from liens, affidavits of death, notices of default, divorce, list pendants. And each of these are premium data that you have to purchase, and they range from 5 to 75 cents depending on which one you choose. But even if you're not going to purchase these, I do think it's a great PDF to pull just to get an idea of what activity is going on within the neighborhood. And additionally, if you did want to purchase these, you don't have to purchase all 77 of these records. You can do 10 at a time, depending on, which ones you're looking at. And that kind of wraps it up for the single report you guys can pull.
That's great.
Pretty reports.
What was the second one again?
Sorry, what was that?
What was the
there's so
second?
many uses for it. You're
the
door
second
knocking, working with a friend, or you're working with a client. You can get them these reports. I mean, just as a door knocking thing, hey, I meet you one day. When's the last time you looked at your physical? Do you have a copy of your title, right? You can pull that up in here and bring them, drop it off at their house in a little envelope or with some marketing, that kind of thing. That's a great, it's a great takeaway.
Yeah, and then
it's a great thing to.
This is an app as well. So like if you guys are out there door knocking, before you go up to the house, you can type in this property address, see who the owner is, and also see whether or not that property is owner occupied or non-owner occupied. So you have an idea of who you're going to be speaking to when that person opens up the door. And then vice versa, if you guys are going to an appointment, you can always look up the title of the property just to confirm who owns the property and make sure that you're meeting with the people who own the property and everybody who is on title as well.
With all the decision makers. Yep.
Which
That's
link
excellent.
was which link was the net sheet one again?
The net sheet would look something like this, and
No, but
then
which link was
that,
it? Yeah.
you would click on this gear icon and click net sheet down at the bottom.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if anyone has any additional questions or needs like a personal tutorial on how to use the system or needs an account, please let me know. I'll put my information in the chat for you guys.
Thanks, Haley. That was perfect. Yes.
The list for purchase of those scrubs,
The list for purchase.
the ones Haley just showed.
Are they scrubbed for what? TCP?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. They're probably.
I doubt it. 'Cause I get
The
calls
list.
all the time.
The lists that you can buy are they on the do not call list?
So on the phone numbers are not scrubbed against the do not call list on here.
Okay. All right. So you want to do that? Yeah, for sure.
The office also does have a do not call list membership. So we can give you an Excel spreadsheet that has every single number on the do not call list that you can check them against.
Could you search a number? Could you search a list of numbers? Yeah. Instead of every phone. Cross-referencing, that sounds like that's like a hobby. Thank you, Haley. Great job. Next, we have the lovely, I know she's there. How you doing, Mary? Oh, yeah. Mary Kay, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Actually, I'm doing very good today because yesterday I became a grandma. My daughter last night, my daughter had a baby boy. We're waiting for her to call her so we can go see the baby because it was a late night C-section. So the baby is 8 pounds, 8 ounces. It's a big baby. Yeah. So I'm in Greek, they call me Yaya. So I'm going to be Yaya Mary. So I'm excited. I sort of frozen.
Congratulations, Mary. It's wonderful to be a grandma.
Thank you. Our first grandchild, and my sisters have been calling me. And how do you feel? I feel frozen somehow. I just don't know what to feel. It's interesting. I'm excited, but I can't imagine. So, yeah. I think I see.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And so Michael became a Theo, which is in Greek uncle. So we're all excited. Because I'm still here and we haven't been able to go see her, I wanted to be here to see you guys and announce our great news. Tracy, I wish you good luck. So I just saw your
Oh,
text.
thank you.
So for the inspection.
I
thank you.
literally texted her a second.
I know, I'm excited. And I saw that, I said, oh, what a gift. A grandson yesterday, an inspection today. So it's amazing. I'm happy for you, keeping my fingers crossed. Again, I appreciate we picked up. We've been very busy the last 2.5 weeks. To believe it, 3 inspections a day per inspector. That has not happened for a while. So something definitely is happening, and we're excited about that. Phones are ringing all the time, and it's not just a price, it's just like we want to schedule right away. So that's great news for us, and I think for the industry. Again, you guys know who I am. Advanced Group Inspections, Mary Kay, 7 days a week. We know how to present a problem. We're not alarmists. We're there for you anytime, and we love you. You guys know you are my.
Some of that, you're gonna need it. Chasing that little baby boy.
Yeah, every baby brings luck. So I think it's gonna bring a luck to the whole real estate world and to the world.
What is his name again?
His name is Alexandros.
Alexander.
Yes, after Alex's name. My husband's name is Alexander, and we call him Alex. So his daughter decided to call him his daddy's name. So it's a little bit made it more Greek. So it's Alexandros. It's Spanish and Greek mix. So
Love it.
yeah.
Love it. Congratulations again, Mary.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll put my information in the chat as usual. And I'll see you guys next week. I think you're gonna see me from her apartment on Wednesday because that's where I'm gonna be at. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Bring
it.
pictures next time.
I
Okay?
will. I will. Bye-bye.
All right, birthdays. What do we have? Who do we have? Caroline Wiener and Andrea Lee all have birthdays this week. Happy birthday, ladies. Also, there are some closings this week. Charlotte closed one on Lennox. Congratulations, Charlotte. Tiffany on Rossmore and on First Street all closed. Some new escrows, a little stack. We have Delon and Tracy and Lorna on Century Boulevard. We also have Charlotte on Michigan. Matthew Lobby, Havenhurst, congratulations, Matthew. Sharon Basamsky on Formosa, Rachel and Tiffany on Maccoon, and Annalie and Donnelly on St. Andrew's Place. They are not related. Also, we have some leases, Alex Dion on Gardner and Matthew Lobby on Sierra Bonita. Congratulations, guys. And some new listings. Let's see what we got. DeYoung Her on Arroyo has a condo that is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet for $859,000. Eileen Lanza on Small Drive has a 5-bedroom, 5-bath. It's a big one, 3,925 square foot.
Hey, Joey, I'm here.
Yes, Eileen.
It's in escrow, yay. So it came on Sunday night. I showed it Monday morning, and we have 4 offers 48 hours later. So there's a change in the market, if you ask me.
At that price point.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Woo! Thank you.
Right under the tax, right under the tax. Right.
Oh, I paid already. I'm done.
Yeah. Pete Bonacore, Willow Glen, 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,345 square feet, 1.795 on Willow Glen. Tiffany on Clark, it's 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 740 square feet for $640,000. It's a, gosh, I remember when it was $200,000 less. The Clark, it's in a great neighborhood, right? A couple blocks away from the Beverly Center and Cedars. And it's a great little starter building. I think I sold years ago, I sold 2 clients' properties in there.
Great little starter building, nice little community. They also have one on Bedford, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 790 square feet, almost, a couple, what is that one? 740, 790 for 599. And some leases. We have Ontron on Broadway, is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath for 940 square feet for 3,200 per month. Some nice buildings. Also, Lindroth Burrell, 3 bedroom, 3 bath on Presidio in View Park, a 1,932 square foot lot. Not the lot, but I'm sure that's the property itself, that's my assertion. It's $6,000 a month for the house. Also on has a property on Arnez Drive, 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200 square feet for $3,795 per month. And some income property. Let's see, Vinnie Park on Harvard has a 3-unit, 5,972 square foot lot size for 1.799, 800. And pocket listings coming soon. Who has coming soon they want to talk about or pocket listing? Chuck?
We have an income property coming on later today. It's a 5-plex in Santa Monica, and it's listed at 2,890. It has a cap rate of 4.11, which is great.
Any vacancies? What's the condition of the property?
It's in excellent condition. It's a mix of units. It has a studio, 2 1-bedrooms, 2 bath, a 2-bedroom, and a 3-bedroom.
Wow, nice.
The rents can be improved over time, but they're not terribly far off market rents. So that's why it's such a cap rate. It's been well maintained. It's spectacularly maintained and renovated over the years. So it's pretty much just a buy and grab and just let it do good things for you over time.
Yeah, excellent.
That's fun. We've got a condo coming on today as well in West Hollywood that's going to be listed at 780. It's a 2-bedroom, 2 bath, and right on Kings, 911 Kings. Really great unit. Just a simple move in. Maybe you upgrade it, sure, but you don't have to. And carpets are nice.
It's always a plus.
Always a plus. Actually, super deep cleans. It's amazing shape. We have a single-family home in North Hollywood coming out this weekend as well. Big Lynn, who's right here, Victory and Vineland. There's just a curved street that goes between those two. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it's going to be listed at 980? 980 sounds right. 980 sounds about right. It's a large lot that I can't remember the numbers on, and it's about
1,800?
Probably
1,500.
Yeah, so somewhere in there, check it out. And that'll be open both days this weekend as well. We're also doing a severe price drop on our Sycamore property at 1283 Sycamore. Thank you to everyone who helped us with the broker price opinion. Tim helped us out, Christina helped us out, Keith helped us out, Dean helped us out. Just a bunch of people really
It's important to have.
Came to the rescue and helped us to help the seller understand the value of the service.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody.
Excellent. Thanks, Chuck.
Those are great to do.
Lena,
Not the bad guy.
hi everyone, I don't know why I didn't post up, I sent some pictures, but, 2 things. I have this really interesting property in Culver City, it's a compound on Schaefer, walking distance to the platform. The original house, has everybody seen it or should I? The original house is a 1924, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, that's been fully rehabbed. Attached to it is a fully permitted addition that's totally modern. That goes bedroom, bathroom, sitting area, beautiful bathroom. These are designers, and my husband is a master carpenter. So it has a courtyard, a front yard, and a backyard. And it's one of those that we're marketing as, the master suite is the modern construction. The original house is 1924. But they've done some beautiful work on it to create a flex room with a barn door going into the new part. If you live in them, let's say there's a family and they have a kid in the back, they have their own entrance if they want off the courtyard. I'm sorry it wasn't posted, I have pictures if people want to see it. I'm in two positions with this. One is, of course, ideally, she was supposed to sell it, she decided she wanted to lease it right now. If I can get her 1.8, and it's a very unique compound, she was living there with 2 rental incomes. There's also an unpermitted little, they call it the lavender cottage in the back. There's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, no kitchen, but also a little private sitting area. So she was Airbnb while she was in the house. The lot's about 5,500. And I have pictures to show people. I'm not giving the address for the off-market listing to respect her wishes. However, it will be live on a lease beginning tomorrow. There will be an open house on Sunday from 2 to 5. The lease is 6250. So if you really have somebody that's looking for a really interesting, I love it, but you guys know me a little, I'm quite quirky. I
You love something other people don't.
I think, no. I think this is a fabulous combination of having a classic house and a brand new construction that's fully permitted, and even room to build the ADU, because the back cottage, they're using it as bonus cottage now, not counting it as square footage. So I have lots of pictures to show if anybody's interested for the sale. It'll be on the MLS tomorrow, you can see all the pictures soon. Okay, so
You say 1/8.
1/8
She would
for
take 1/8.
But she'll take 1/8 for the sale, she's not gonna budge too much, you know, she had it on the market a couple of years ago, didn't work out because they were marketing it incorrectly. I thought we were gonna sell it, and then she got changed apart now, and my feeling is they put so much work and money into it now, the wear and tear for that rental and all of that. So, of course, for everybody, it'd be a win-win if we can get it for 1/8, but we'll see where the dice rolls on.
1/8 with the tenants.
No, it's empty, everything's totally empty. So it would be 1/8.
She's not giving it
Off
out.
market,
That's even better.
and it's going to lease at 6250.
For the whole property?
Not the little lavender cottage, she's keeping that.
What area is this again?
Culver City.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll tell you, it's Schaefer Street.
Yeah.
It's walking distance to the
Okay, cool.
platform, the metro, Apple. There's the money there for that property. It just needs a very specific buyer.
About like, two friends who wanted to buy a property, couldn't afford.
Oh, totally. One could live in the house, one could live in the master.
Yeah.
Special.
You know, and also if you have a client that would be happy, let's say, living in the bungalow, they could get income from, and also keep the little cottage if they want. Because there's a total separate entrance to that modest place.
A lot of
So that's what I
creativity
got.
in that. I love that. Excellent. Thanks.
Creativity.
Salon has got a lease listing coming up in Windsor Hills area. I think she's gonna put it on today. It'll go live either today or tomorrow. $2,800 a month for a 2-bedroom, I know, but she's a thespian that's being shy today, so.
No,
A shy thespian, go figure. Yeah, she's putting up today, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It has its own attached garage, and I think it's at a great price, so talk to her about it.
The great price is?
$2,800.
Who's listing is that?
Delon.
Delon.
She's on our team. Oh.
Samantha, do you have Angela Bond's listing information? It's on here. Oh, all right.
I wasn't finished. I just wanted to update our Lafayette Square Zoom Casa listing.
Oh, this one's delicious.
Yeah, it's so delicious.
It's
We think it's
delicious.
gonna be finished. The project design manager expects it to be finished in June, so we're keeping our fingers crossed for that. But as you guys remember, there was a principal to principal deal that we put together between Zoom Casa and the owner. So Zoom Casa purchased it, and now it's in the renovation stage, and it looks so
Oh
lovely.
my gosh. It's
And we're, and we,
great.
Lorna and I get to really help lead the renovation.
Spend their money.
Yeah, spend their money because the previous seller, who's supposed to be part of this process of the renovation, because he is getting, he's not absentee, he just doesn't want anything to do with it. So he says, I trust you all with your decisions and whatever you all decide to do with the property. And so if it looks like shit, it's on me and Lorna.
What's the size, the price point? Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm assuming you're mentioning it so it could be purchased before.
I'm mentioning it because that is a possibility. However, we are going through some major rehabilitation. All the systems and all of that is going to be redone. The address is 1615 South Victoria Avenue in Lafayette Square. The property, I believe, is about 3,900 square feet.
Wow.
There is a pool. There is obviously a detached garage that has a couple of storage rooms and a bathroom with shower for the pool. There is a game room, living room. There's 5 bedrooms. There's a first floor bedroom that is lovely and cute.
Yeah. There will be 7 bathrooms in total if you count the one in the garage.
What's the lot size?
It's probably around 8,900.
And what's the buy it now price, assuming that the.
$3 million.
2.7. Yeah.
Buy it now was a little higher.
/ probate, it was going to do.
Not a probate.
help you
Trust,
sell,
for the
like,
trust.
buy it now wholesaler, it's gonna come in and buy it, you buy, offer them like a really low, and the executors were like, well, you don't want anything to do with it, just, just said, they were just about to sell it. But Tracy and Morta came in and brought in our concierge, who was able to say, okay, we'll give you 70% of the value of the property now. We're gonna take the property, we're gonna fix it up, we're gonna do work on it, and then we're gonna sell it, and the proceeds after expenses and the such, we will split. Is that the basic?
Yeah,
right?
yep, that's it.
Make an offer for $2.7 million and sell it, assume, and with the renovation being completed.
I mean, there is the other side who has to agree to that, but yes.
It'll be
And just to let you know, as far as Zoom Casa goes, they have a project design manager who's fantastic. So if you ever get into this situation where this could work out for your client, Ally is amazing,
Really
with
She's a
really
great
putting the
designer.
project together, bringing the storyboards and all of that and consultation. So it looks like it's gonna be a dream. I can't wait.
It's been super fun. If you get an opportunity to do this where the seller doesn't care about their input, oh my gosh.
You do it.
It's so fun, it's so fun. We're like, no, this tile, no, that. That's so fun. Oh my God.
That's great, I love it. All right, who else?
Oh, there it was.
Lena, there's your.
Oh, there it was, okay.
Look at this beautiful little is that the original or that's the add-on?
Add-on, that's the addition. If you see that little triangle concrete, that's the path that takes you back to the guest house. There may be a picture up in the rental. What I did for the rental was I showed the cottage, but I don't know if the picture's here or not because it wasn't up for leases, so.
Yeah, Mama.
Say. How about Angela's? No? You want to talk about it? No? Is it at the end there? No?
Angela is coming soon, it's getting the MLS is coming soon, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1534 square feet, single family house, it's in 1,150,000 in, near like Obama and Crenshaw, near the Lamar Park area.
It's in Lamar Park, yeah. Excellent. We'll have pictures for you as they come in.
Awesome.
Anybody else coming soon? Did I miss anybody coming soon? Pocket listings? No? Anybody? Okay. Okay, and that next question is, wants and needs. Anybody wants and needs, build a bucket?
I need a renovated, super charming with amazing architectural details, Spanish in what I'll just say a great neighborhood. So Beverly Grove, West Hollywood, Santa Monica, Palisades, Brentwood, probably not in the hills, up to 4 million, 4.2, something like that. If anybody's got anything coming.
That's
Doesn't have
our
to be
girl,
big, it just has
sure.
to be great. So, yeah, like three beds inside, ADU would be nice, but you know, she'll pay depending on what. But like, did anybody see the one on Burnside, that 818? I know you saw that one on Burnside, what was it, 818 South Burnside? Like, it was perfect. And if any of you saw that, she doesn't like the neighborhood though. So find me that house. She does not, I'm sorry, Joe, she doesn't like the neighborhood. She's an Upper East Sider. She used to live in Brentwood.
All right, well, there you go. What do you got?
I need a lease, single family cottage style, 2 bedrooms plus in Topanga Canyon or Santa Monica, up to 10K.
10K. That sounds like you should be able to find that, right? Yeah, no?
Nice to know.
Right?
Yeah.
She said cottage.
Like 10,
Cottage for
10
10
a month, not a
Definitely.
problem.
Right?
More than a mortgage.
Anybody else wants or needs?
More than a
Anybody? Anybody wants to needs?
More than their, that's a massive
Wants
profit.
needs? Fill the bucket. I'm gonna fill Tim's bucket.
Yeah.
Tim has been a great mentor through my physical fitness journey. And you know, I was off going for a while, and he was persistent about like, okay, he would send me a text with a picture of the gym that we both go to. Like, okay, it's waiting for you.
I love
And more recently, he was instructed by his health watch to get more sleep so he can go an hour later than he usually does at 5 a.m.
Drag you along.
That's how you get Joey to
And
go.
I'll go an hour earlier than I usually go at 7, and so we,
Yeah,
going
man,
at 6 o'clock, we get in there and do it, and I feel so much better. I'm so grateful, right? Thank you, Tim. What's that? Easton's. Yeah.
Sweetest.
Yeah, right.
The sweetest old gym.
Low, low glamour, right? High function. Personal favorite. Right? Anybody else?
I'm just gonna bring it back to the
Come on.
9 a.m. really quickly. I want to thank everybody who shows up consistently or inconsistently. You guys inspire me every day. Our job is not easy peasy. And so when we give to each other and back each other up, I really
It
appreciate
makes a
it.
difference. It moves the needle.
It's
And I want to fill the bucket real quick for Duncan. He is so accessible. I don't know if he's still on the call. I should have said it, but he's one of those guys,
Right.
you literally text him and boom.
Ever ready, buddy.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm that way too, but I don't really expect everyone to be that way. So I appreciate that. And so shout out to you, Duncan. Thank you.
yay.
Perfect. Anybody else before we hit the button?
Hit it.
Button.
Bye-bye.
Say thanks for being here.
That's
Changes
lovely.
everything. I love it. Thanks, you guys.
That's nice. Very zen.
I feel very relaxed.
You got the lunch and learn.
All right, I gotta grab a sandwich.
Lunch and learn.
Take a break.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's that.
Can't stay, but I'll eat your food.
Yeah. Is it portable? Can I eat it in the car? Congrats on you guys' new house. I mean, yeah.
All right, I gotta pee.
Exactly.
I gotta drive that price up.
Yes, for sure.
See me in it.
Right. Yeah. You know it.
100%.
Okay.
What else did outfit
You look like one of those, remember those things we had where we would draw them and it was a fashion plates? Remember those? They
They were like, good job. I mean, I had the ones that you peel off ones that you get the family affair, you know, where you. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But you look like very clean, you have that whole thing going. My pants are too long, so I have to peel them like I know, I just started like I know, but I'm such a bitch. I don't even know where to go. I haven't even done dry cleaning. Me either, and I have a lot of like that. It's funny, Renee was talking about that rental runway thing. Yeah, part of it that actually saves me because you don't have to clean it and stuff. I'm like, that might be worth $150 a month. I get guests coming in and I don't have to do the dry cleaning. Because that's gonna cost. I need to take some dry cleaner because I need to find a dry cleaner. I hear the one right here. Yeah, I used to go to one on Beverly, but it's fine for dogs. But I wanted one-stop shop because I wanted to. You know what's great? What I used to love, and I know you guys like over there is they did. I used to use them. I used to use them 20 some odd years ago. They did tailoring, they did all my dry cleaning. They were great. When I had like a snow job where I had to run around every day, they were fabulous.